my scrappy friends. So I have another layout for you that I did this past weekend. And so I had a little bit of quiet time earlier tonight. It's only 9:30. I know, I can't believe it. My kids are sleeping. So I thought I would get this layout up and uploaded to YouTube tonight for you guys. So this layout is for a wedding album that I am somewhat working on for me and my husband. I don't work on it all that often, but I really felt like I've been neglecting it and I wanted to get a layout done for it. So I found a picture through all the gazillion of pictures that I have for our wedding that really have yet to be scrapbooked. So this album is it's a little bit bigger than 9.5 by 9.5. So the biggest paper that I used that was the Chamel paper. I think that star one that I first put down is the Love It collection. And that one I cut to 9.5 by 9.5. And so this other one is from Fancy Pants, I believe. It was a Valentine's Day type of layout. So there's a whole bunch of words on it that say like, you make my heart sing, I will love you always, sweetheart, XOXO, all that lovey-dovey gushy stuff, which is not completely me, but it's fun for a theme like this when you're talking about wedding. And before me and my husband had kids, we were definitely a lot closer just because we did more together. And life changes a little bit, but so the card says, I'm the Valentine, or be my Valentine. And I was going to use this. And then my husband came in and he was like, I don't like it. He's like, this is not Valentine's Day. So that's what I'm doing here. And I take it out. So one thing I try to do, because it does say something about Valentine's on, like Happy Valentine's Day or something on the paper. So later I will try to cover up some of those just because I am trying to not be completely Valentine's-ish. So this only took me about an hour or so to do like the whole thing. And I may have gotten up, as I see right now. I am not in the frame. So I decided to use a Chamel card that says adventure. And I use that as my date, or as like where I'm going to put my title instead of doing any journaling. I actually decided against doing any journaling because in the end, in this whole album, it just has photos from our wedding. So this is a picture that someone had, we put cameras on the tables to have people take a whole bunch of pictures. We thought that would be fun to have people just take random pictures and to just see what people would come up with. And at this point, we were still in college. We got married. My husband, this was his last year of college, so he was a senior. And this was my 4th year of college, but I was only in my 2nd year for the studies that I was doing. So we decided not to wait till we were graduated to get married. So, which was nice and not nice all at the same time. It was crazy, being in college and being married and stuff, but it was nice because we got to be together and share that together. So this is someone took a picture of us kissing, so I didn't really think it needed too much to say about it. I mean, I don't know who took the picture, we know that this was our wedding day. I do put the date on it, so I say, really, in all reality, the title is December 30th, the start to a new adventure. But I leave the title mainly the start to a new adventure. So I thought that would, my husband kind of helped me out with the title a little bit because he was in the room and he was like, he looked at it, and even though he doesn't scrapbook at all, sometimes he gives me a little input. If I ask him, he'll say, yeah, that looks nice, or, So here I'm just kind of like placing different papers, just trying to layer a little. I mean, there's not a whole lot of things that you can do in a smaller space, which is good and not so good all at the same time. So I didn't really want to go too crazy, even though I think I added a little bit too many word stickers, and you'll see that because I use Chamel word stickers and I use word stickers from, not Chamel, Maggie Holmes from the original collection. I use some of those, and then I use some from Fancy Pants. And I think it's mostly from their like Valentine's Day collection, which I don't remember what it was. I kind of cut up the paper a little bit. So, and that glitter tape, I believe, is from Glitz. So I really had fun doing this layout. I mean, I haven't done a lot of like me and my husband, and we don't actually have a lot of pictures of us together now. He's so busy in the military, and half the time when we're out, I'm the one with the camera, which is probably how it is a lot of the time, right? I mean, and he's not necessarily the one to want to be in a picture, even though he doesn't think to get pictures of me, but that's okay. That's what selfies are for, right? I mean, so you can have pictures of you, which I don't do too many selfies, but I do try to do some just so that throughout my pictures, someone has a, documentation that I was there, not just taking the picture. So I also used some rub-ons from the Chamel collection. That was really fun to use some of those up, since I hadn't used that many, and I really, really like. Now those letter stickers that I'm using right now for the title, I think they're black, but maybe they're a dark blue. That is from Fancy Pants The Good Life. So I like those smaller letters just for this layout because they fit into smaller spaces. However, on a big layout, I'm not a big fan, and they're a pain in the butt to get off the little paper, especially if the die cut doesn't cut it through, or the metal die doesn't cut it all the way through enough for you to lift it up. And I do use these stickers. I think they're daiquiri stickers, and they have the big glitter on them, which does kind of fall off. So hopefully, now with this layout in this album that I have, and sometime I'll share a little bit of it. I don't have much of it. I just have like a few, like 4, like maybe 5 or 6 layouts in there right now. So it's just coming along. And so there are no page protectors. It's just open. So I might have to reinforce those stickers with some glue at some point, just in case they don't fall off, because without having that page protector, stuff could at one point fall off. So a lot of times, like when you see me put that the 2 layers on, I use a lot of tape because I don't want that coming off. And when I go and I adhere it, which I haven't done yet, but I will do, I use some liquid glue, and I use the tape gun. If I was really smart, I'd go out and buy some score tape and I'd use that, but I haven't done that yet. So I do use some enamel dots on here, and so I'm just putting the title on right now. I just kind of play around with it. I mean, it looked good without having all the word stickers, but I really did want to try to cover up some of the Valentine's Day, because I mean, it's small enough that maybe you wouldn't notice it, but if you were really looking at the page, you're going to notice, oh, it says Valentine's Day, and this isn't Valentine's Day, because we got married on December 30th, which we really, actually, it would have been really fun to do it on the 31st, but we kind of thought that maybe people might not want to do it on like the day before New Year's, or like, you know, New Year's Eve. So just because holiday weddings tend to have a lower rate of people coming. Rate, that doesn't make sense. But we wanted as many people to come as possible. Of course, a lot of people left early, which was probably good because we had to drive from where we got married, which is the town that I grew up in, and then we had to drive to our newer home apartment that was actually down near Nyack, New York. It wasn't in Nyack, but we lived down in that area. So we had to drive like the 2.5 to 3 hours, and it was kind of rainy, and it was a gross weather. And we were like, if we had thought about it, we should have just got a hotel that night. But you know, when you're young and you're trying to save money and you're not thinking about it, we just want to go home. But so it was so fun. It was fun. It went by way too quick. I don't know how many of you guys who have been married or stuff, how that day is, but it just goes by so quick. I'm glad that we gave people pictures because we definitely didn't get to spend as much time as we wanted with the people at our wedding. So having people take pictures of like themselves with other people, and some of them, they got some of us in it. So it was really nice. I mean, we were surprised that no one stole any of the cameras, and we were surprised that most of them came out pretty good. Though there was one roll where you could tell that a little kid had it, because not all the pictures were that great. But so here I'm putting on the rub-ons, and like I said, I really love these rub-ons. They go on so nice. It's almost like cutting butter, but not cutting butter because you're putting a sticker on. They go on really nice and really easy. So I used some cameras, and then I used some gold hearts. And then the enamel dots that I use are from Simple Stories, The Story of Us, which I believe is like a wedding type of paper. So I did have a wedding sheet underneath that black alpha, which is actually also from a letter sheet. I think it's... Did I write that down? I don't think I wrote it down, but I think it was Echo Park or something like that. But I didn't end up using that many of them because they're very wedding themed, and I didn't want to be over crazy. I just used that banner that says love. I really like that black banner. So I'm thinking about using those those stickers that were of... Oh yeah, I forgot that I had when I first got married, I bought a scrapbooking kit with the intentions that I was going to scrapbook our wedding. And it never happened, but I kept the stuff. So thankfully now I have a whole bunch of really old, because we got married in 2006, I think. So, yeah, 2006. So it's been long enough now that they're really old. But some of the papers were really nice. So I think that's it. So thank you guys for joining me on this pretty quick layout. Only 14 minutes for the process video. And I hope you guys have a great week. I'll see you later. Bye.